Well, hello and welcome to our Tuesday Noon Live or whenever you are catching a replay. My name is Beverly, and I'm excited to be talking about today when we get a customer order, what do we do on the office side? So, last week I shared about the process that I go through with my customer orders using the Mary Kay 2+2+2 and how I use that to incorporate the customer program, doing follow ups, growing a really strong customer reorder base. So, today, what I thought I would talk about is what actually happens in my office or in your office when an order comes in. And so I'm hoping I'll be able to do a couple of simple screen shares to show you. Now, again, this is my process that I developed over the last 15 years. So part of that is remember that when I started, a lot of our stuff was paper, and I haven't transitioned everything to digital. And maybe you're more of a digital girl. And so your takeaways could be, okay, I know how I could implement this in a digital manner. And then maybe you can teach me. So I'm just going to share my process and what's working for me. That way, it at least gives you a starting point, right? So I'm going to show this customer order that I just got over the weekend. I had a party of 3 women. The hostess was an existing customer, and then she invited 2 of her friends. Just, a very standard Mary Kay gathering. Your people that love you gather some people for you. So start by filling out a customer profile card. That way I have her contact info and, some things that might be helpful to her. Okay, what do I do with this? So at my in-person appointments, I generally am filling out a paper sales ticket because it's easier for, if they want to write things down and then I can add or change things. And I really like the visual list as opposed to, you can also do it in your phone. You can do it through the My Customers app. You could add their order in there, and many of you do that. I like this because it lets them write down things, and then also they can kind of make. Here's another thing. A lot of times, women is like, I'm not totally sure what I want to get yet. It becomes kind of like this brainstorm wish list. And then whatever she decides she's not going to get today, we just cross off, but then we have it for later, right? So it's kind of sometimes a piece of paper of a sales ticket serves as a brain dump. Those are just a couple reasons I love it. You don't have to love it. You can love doing it just digital. So I have this on here. What I do is, so whatever I have on hand, I'll put a check mark next to it. And then whatever I don't, initially, this just had a star next to it so that I knew, okay, I gave her eye gel, foundation brush, meteor shower, and the nighttime recovery solution. I owe her the Mint Bliss. That's how I do it. I just star it. And then once I fulfill that order, then I'll cross off the star and I'll check mark it. So that's what all that is. Okay. So this comes home, and what happens? Well, as you saw before, I put it in my to enter folder. And then I generally have somebody helping me in my office. This is not a part of my business that I do on my own. So you could, if your business is just growing, you can like trade product with somebody to have them do it. You could sit in front of the TV while you're watching your favorite Netflix show and do it that way. But yeah, at this point in my business, I'm paying somebody to do this portion for me. So she takes this sales ticket. If it's a new customer, first she has to enter them. So let me pull up a screen share so that I can walk you through what I do. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm wondering if when I change pages, if this is going to change with you, because I feel like when I do a screen share and I change pages, it doesn't change. Let's do a quick experiment. I'm learning as I go. Okay, we can appreciate that. All right, so there's our Mary Kay homepage. Where did it go? Okay, so I go to My Customers, and you can also do this on your app, and I click there. Now, what are you seeing? Okay, you see My Customers, right? Good. Okay, so then if you have her profile card to enter, then what you would do is you would click on New Customer, and then you would enter all of her information in there. Okay, You'll put in whatever info you want to have saved. At the bottom, you click Save Customer. This has already happened for this customer, so I don't have to do that. But let's say you don't have a new customer to enter, you just have an order to enter. Then you could click on New Order, and then you just search your customer. You can search her by first name or last name, and then you can input that. Okay, so this customer is in because I just had her info put in. So you would click on her name, and then you could enter her order this way. Okay, so once you're in your customer's name, you're going to decide how you're going to fill her order. So let me just make sure this is still showing the way I want it to. Okay, are you filling her order from your personal inventory at home? Or are you mailing it customer delivery service so that it's shipping from the warehouse? You need to make that decision first. If I have most of her stuff or all of her stuff, I'm filling it from my inventory. If it's an order that the stuff is like really big and bulky, I'll do customer delivery service, even if I have it, because it'll just save me in shipping. Typically, I work a full business with a full inventory. I like to save on not doing lots of small shipping. So typically I'm working out of my inventory. So you'll click on my inventory, and then you'll click Add Products, and then you'll just search for what you're looking for. So she purchased the Soothing Eye Gel. So you can see I have that in there already. So I'll just click that, and then I would click Add. Okay. And then she purchased liquid foundation brush. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to add. So you can see below it's adding these things that she purchased. Okay. I'm going to go through this whole one because I want to show you how I do the discounts and everything. Okay. So she purchased Meteor Shower Liquid Eyeshadow. Add that to her order. The Mint Bliss Foot Lotion. Have you tried that yet? Mint Bliss. That's what's up. That stuff is great. And then she got the Nighttime Recovery from the Miracle Set. Okay, so her subtotal is $94. Now I'm going to save this. I'm going to mark it as complete. Save. Okay, so save and reviews. You can go back and do some changes if you're not sure that you're done with the order. I know I'm done with this order. I already saw this customer, already gave it to her, so I'm going to click mark as complete. Okay, so now this is saved in here. Where do I track the discounts and the sales tax? You're going to find your weekly accomplishment sheet. That is where you're tracking your sales, your giveaways, your discounts, and things like that. So if you go back to your home page, it's on this main splash, weekly accomplishments. And here she is. I just entered her. Now she's on here twice because my office help was already in here today, and she actually already did this ticket. I'm just using her as an example. So we're kind of doing it again. So I'm going to do this one that I just entered, Stacy. Okay. So this came from a party. This was at a party that I went to. And the sales tax that I collected from her is on my sales ticket. I collected $5.39 in sales tax. I'm in Indiana, so I charge Indiana tax. I gave away $17 because she purchased over $50. So she didn't do any of the bundles at my party. And so I showed her, okay, if you purchase for every $50, you can get a half price item. I only show that discount that I'm currently using, and I know a lot of you use, at an in-person appointment. If she's not purchasing the bundles I have set up at the party that already give her a discount, if she's just kind of like shopping a la carte, which this customer did, then I will show her that sheet individual at the closing. I do not talk about that at the table close. I don't even mention it at my parties because at my parties, they get other discounts. But I want to help her out. And, and it increases my sales and it adds something to her, product that she's using. So that's what I did. Okay, so non-recovery tax. Remember in Mary Kay, when we purchase product for our inventory, we pay full tax. So when I purchased the Nighttime Recovery Solution, it's $34 retail. I only paid $17 wholesale for it. However, I paid sales tax on the $34. Why? It's so brilliant and great because that means at the end of the year when we're doing our income taxes, we don't have to do anything with sales tax. We don't have to mess with sales tax. We've already paid full tax on our products to Mary Kay, so we don't have to worry about tax. It is amazing. It makes life so much easier. So I did give away $17, which means I also lost sales tax on the $17. So then I'm going to calculate, okay, 17% or $17 times my sales tax is 7%. So then my non-recovered tax, which is what I lost, would be $1.19. And then you click add, and that's just going to add into your weekly accomplishment sheet. So you can see that these were my sales from the week. I track, these two came from a party. This customer was a reorder. So it tracks in there. So I'm not going to click add because then it's going to be in there again. And then it's a duplicate because I just did it just for sharing. So that is the process that I use with the customer order. Now what happens? How do I get out of here? Now what happens with the actual product? So like I shared, I gave a lot of this from my inventory, right? So what I need to do is replace my inventory, and I need to order whatever it is that I maybe owe her. So in this case, it was a party and I had the Mint Bliss at home, but I still need to replace that, right? Okay, so what I do is I take this and I go to the shopping cart over here in the upper right-hand corner. And I always have an open shopping cart. Now, I just placed an order for all the things I needed to replace my inventory yesterday. So right now my cart is empty, which is not usually the case. Usually there's lots of stuff in here because I do it ticket by ticket, or like every few days I'll add in what I need to put in here. So then this is a new system. As of when I'm creating this video, Mary Kay's updated our Mary Kay InTouch. So I have found out some things that help me search better. You can find product by going through like skincare. Okay, it was a TimeWise product. Okay, and then I could search the nighttime recovery. You can also do it in the search bar. So I'm just going to do it here. I sold a soothing eye gel. It'll pop up here. You can click add, and then it'll add it to your cart. So you can see there, it added the one over here on the side, and you can see it's in my shopping cart. Okay, then I'm going to add a liquid foundation. Whoops. And there it is. It brought it up already. So I'm going to click add. Now, if you want to read a little bit more about that, you can click on the name, and then it'll pull up the actual item, and you can see a little bit of a description on here. This is really cool. Now it has lots of product material, product fact sheet, so you can get products on the sheet, overview of your product. It's lush, dense bristles, hold just the right amount of liquid foundation. You can get application tips on here. You can get selling materials on here. It links to our document library, or digital image library, video library. It's so great. So this also is a great place to find resources. Okay, so if I wanted to do that, I could add to cart. Let me show you a trick that I use because I was struggling with this. So if I wanted to find like our Rogue Rose blush, previously I would type in Rogue Rose and it would bring up all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I don't get it. Rogue Rose is the name of the blush. So what I've learned is type blush first and then type the name, or type lipstick and then type the name, or type lip gloss and then type the name. So you're going to say specifically what item it is and then the name. And I was doing it in reverse and the search wasn't pulling it up. So that's just a little hack that I've learned. So that's what I do. I add all the things to the cart that I sold because it's a store and we don't sell from an empty wagon. So if I've sold things out of my wagon, I'm not selling out of a wagon, you know that. But if I've sold things out of my wagon, I need to replace them. So that's how I do it. And then once I've added all those to my cart, what I do on my sales ticket on my paper, so if you're using digital, there's another way to do this. I put a check mark next to her name because that reminds me, okay, I have already added those to my cart. Those are all ready to go for the next time I'm ready to place an order. So that a couple things happen because of this process that I've created for myself. I'm not scrambling when it's preferred customer program time to get all my customers' info because I'm doing it little by little as I get their information, first of all. Second of all, when I go to place my product order, it's all there. I know what I need. I'm not trying to remember who I sold to, what I sold, how many of those do I need. I'm not flipping through 5, 10, 20, 50, however big your business is, sales tickets. Oh crap, I got to get my order in before the end of the month because I'm trying to hit this goal and I'm trying to help our team. And oh, I'm so overwhelmed. It's little by little throughout as the work is happening. So the product's being sold, the customers being entered, their weekly accomplishment sheet. I'm entering into their order because I want to track what I've sold them. Because when Stacy runs out of liquid eyeshadow and she can't remember what color she used, I have access to that digitally now. When you enter it into your My Customers on your computer, it communicates with your phone. So it'll be on here, which is really nice because there are many times when I want a quick reference of a customer's asking me, or I'm with her, or I'm on the phone. I can click on the My Customers app, open that up. Don't look at my PIN number. And then I can just search her name. So it'll look like this. There we go. It'll look like this. And then I can click on customers. And then in the upper left-hand corner, I can search her name. So let's search this girl that I just, okay. So through here, you can click on customer information if you need her address. You can click on products or orders if you want to see, it's hard to see with the glare, what she's previously ordered. So it's all there. You don't lose foundation colors. You don't have to remember them. Their skincare. When did they last purchase? Is it, all those things. It's all tracked for you, and your My Customers on your computer talks to your My Customers app. So that's really helpful. So that's the process. Enter the customer profile card, enter the sales ticket in if it needs to be entered because it was on paper. Go to weekly accomplishment sheets. That's going to track your giveaways. You need that for your taxes, for your write-offs. Plus, you want to know how much you're profiting. You have to know how much you're selling and how much you're giving away. And then the last thing I do is I circle around and I add them to my shopping cart because I'm going to reorder them into my store. All right. I hope that helped you develop some systems, tweak some systems that you have, any ideas, input that you have, or just light bulbs that you have of how this is going to be supportive of your strong Mary Kay business. I would love to hear back from you. Thank you for joining me on Tuesdays. I sure appreciate it. I hope these nuggets are blessing you and growing your business to just really support you and what you're doing. Okay, bye for now.